Hi everyone, I am Lundus01 here again, hosting Lundus Instructs Us audio podcast. I thank you so much for joining me once again. Alright, today I'm just going to be discussing the news and what's going on in America, and I kind of want to do what I did in episode 1, and that is look back at to where our nation was just a month ago and where it is now. Today's episode, No Path Forward, I named it because I should really name it No Clear Path Forward, because there is no way, there is no clear path that Acon, in my opinion, can survive his presidency and, endure this this period in our nation. But before we begin, I was on MSNBC last night. I think a lot of you caught that they've been back up again, so a few people have come in my DMs and said, well, now that MSNBC's back, the whole purpose of this was to kind of give people some outlook while MSNBC and other broadcasting stations were away. Are you going to quit? And the answer is no. I may stop uploading as frequently, seeing as I've kind of gotten what I've wanted to discuss out of the way. So I'm going to make the announcement on Discord that this will be a every other day show, a show that I will host every other day unless mentioned otherwise. Some guests will be appearing, not this episode, but next episode. Again, 5th time I promised this, but I promise. We'll see what happens, actually. I'm interested to see now that next episode will be airing Friday. I have a feeling that more people will be able to join. But that leads me into my main my main topic for today, and that is that is just Acon's presidency, of course. Like, what else is there to talk about? So I want to focus particularly though, on the Judicial Branch. I know that I've been given my fair share of shit thrown at both the executive branch and the legislative branch, and people are like, what happened to the Judicial Branch? Am I biased for being an attorney of the Senate? No. Again, and that's something also people have a misconception with me, is that like I go on NBCSN and I completely just shit the buck. I just completely diss the Senate, but I do not serve the Senate. I do not serve who sits in the Senate. I serve the Senate as a whole, and I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but whatever. So the Judicial Branch, and I can't stress this enough. The reason that no one talks about the Judicial Branch is because Delon Waters is one of our worst Supreme Court justices ever. Now, this is a thing I don't think anyone's ever said, just because no one really cares about the justice system in this country. But Delon Waters, I can't even tell you what the guy looks like. I can't even tell you. I don't think I've ever seen him online in the past week. I don't think I've even seen him online in my whole time here. That's over 2 months. So I don't understand what happened to Delon Waters. Why is he even a Supreme Court justice if he can't be active? And I want to, right now, if the president watches this, I want to ask the president to remove him, or for the Congress to vote to impeach, because this is something that cannot happen. This cannot continue. The leader of the Judicial Branch, something that's super important. That's is like the ultimate decider of a lot of stuff. He's just inactive. That's why the whole judiciary branch is failing. But I kind of want to go in detail here, in depth, to just look at the district court as a whole. The Supreme Court is dead, of course. There is no one really, doing anything in the Supreme Court. There's no cases that have been filed to the Supreme Court in the last forever. So I'll be taking a look at the district court here. Maybe I'll bring it up on the screen, but probably not. However, there are so many just cases in the judicial in the district court. So look at this. There's probably 50 cases where it's just Egg Boiler 2K versus attorney. It's literally, that's all it is. It's just the same 3 people suing the same other 3 people. I don't understand. There's only I can only distinguish 6 names here. There are so many just stupid, just like cases, all of which are not archived, a lot of which are still ongoing, and just stupid. Even if you look at the archived cases, like what the heck were even any of these for? The justice system in this country, and this is something that I want to again criticize. Speaker Foley for. Is just completely overrun with stuff that should not be here. Like Foley versus FEC, again, something that, was pretty pointless and total. But whatever, right? It's just stupid. Like half of these cases don't do anything. The other half just are either dismissed or just, brought back to the Congress. So right now, the only real court case I think that you guys should pay attention to is one I'm actually involved in, and that is Foley versus Senate. It's a great case. Read into it if you want, but that's all I'll talk about it here. However, moving on. So I've already said that a lot of these court cases are stupid, right? But what's even stupider is our horrible judges. I think that there's only one good judge. I won't mention his name, but there is only really one good judge in this entire district court. Everything else is either inactive, just blatantly don't know what to do. Like there was a judge. I got a report that a judge tried to just like genuine, like, oh yeah, slide into a defendant's DMs and just try to get information out of him and like try to do the case in DM. Like it's just. There needs to be better judges. There needs to be, the whole judicial system needs to be restructured. But it's just, I can't say anything else because there is nothing else to say. I think that a lot of people avoid talking about the judicial system in our country because of how bad it is. It's just, in this nation, I swear to God, every single quote-unquote congressman is also bar certified but can't be a lawyer because they're a congressman. Literally, like, I think I'm, like, the only exception. But whatever. Judicial system needs to be worked out. AConArtist, please, if you're listening to this, sort that shit out. Anyway, in new news, actually, for today, I think that one thing I'll compliment President AConArtist on is we have finally joined a new UN. After we got kicked out of the old one, I believe, we were kind of on our own for a while, and I feel like a few people thought that was the main reason our group was inactive because we were out of a UN. To be truthful with you, I think that old UN was just trying to benefit off of our success. So I'm glad that we're out of it, or I'm glad we got kicked out of it. Whatever the situation is there. Again, government isn't very transparent about that. Just the only thing that we know is that we've joined a new UN. That's all that AConArtist has, stated. Another thing, having to do with the judiciary, actually, the Attorney General Yiddish, either left or got kicked out. I don't really know. Right now, it's very unclear what happened. Actually, there is a. Let me see if I can find it. There is a. Hold on. I'll come back with you guys once I find it. Alright, I found it. Here it is. This is the Internal Affairs Institute public release. If you can read it if you want, but pretty much it's just saying that Yiddish called the Internal Affairs Department, I guess, corrupt or something, so they removed him. So, there you go. Another cabinet position up for grabs. That's one thing we're seeing from President AConArtist is just a bunch of empty positions. And I actually like Yiddish. He's working with me on a case right now. But, it's sad to see this happening. And last night on MSNBC, we had Michael Smith interview Lionclaw 33. Just one of the craziest things I think you've ever seen. I can't believe that, any of that happened here. If you haven't read this already, you can pause the video up, but I'm going to switch back. So Lionclaw 33. Again, I don't understand how Lionclaw is still in office. Last night he made the claim, and I quote that, bacon hairs are discriminated in our group. Meanwhile, I don't know any bacon hairs in our group that are there. I mean, let me even here. Hold on. Let me prove you. All right, yeah. Here are all the members of our group. I'm going to scroll through them so you can clearly see that there are like no bacon hairs in this group. And if there are, is the one that pops up? I bet you the account was made yesterday. So, like, and bacon hair is defined by AConArtist as someone who is completely default setting. Not if someone is like, I don't know, in a suit and tie and has like a bacon hair. That's something different. But let's just scroll through. No bacon hairs. No bacon hairs. This doesn't count. He has a suit. No bacon hairs. See what this guy is. It doesn't count. He paid for something. You know, but I think that just his whole bacon hair movement is just something that he has made to cover up, to mask his true ideas, intentions. I mean, just do you see any bacon hairs here? Let's see this guy. This guy looks like a bacon hair. Anonymous LA Times. Joined 3/19/2022. Yes, a very, very, very interesting person here. Let's look through more ranks. Let's see here. Look at this. Prominent citizen. Oh shoot, I'm prominent citizen. I didn't even realize that. Anyway, do you see any bacon hairs here? No. Do you see any bacon hairs in our agency leadership? Do you see any bacon hairs in our Congress? No. Well, kinda. He's crazy. Don't worry about him. Branch leadership? No. Vice president? Of course, Mitch Matrix doesn't have bacon hair. No. This is not a real issue that's happening right now. And the fact people say it is just super. I don't even know. It's just super weird. It's concerning to me. Again, this is like an ongoing issue, and I have some breaking news actually right now. I believe I'm getting from an anonymous source that the census that I was talking about last episode, that I had suspicions that was botted, and there was an announcement by the Department of Justice that it could be botted, is confirmed as being botted, and there may be a new census released in the coming hours. Make sure that everyone vote on that and vote legitimately this time. It is a great way to talk to government officials. So there you have it. Our judiciary system is very inactive. Our president is, I've always despised. I mean, I've always been a critic of AConArtist, but I can at least see now he's gotten a wake-up call. He's seen that his government is leaving him, and that his whole ideas of making some sort of self-obedient dictatorial regime is not going to work. People are sick of it. People are going to leave his government. And with this Senate election coming up, I think that he knows he's fucked. That the Constitutionalists will no longer have a majority in the Senate. I promise this to my viewers. I'm not going to give any official predictions. We don't even know who's running yet. But in this next Senate election, there will be a retaking of the Senate by the Federalists, because there are no true constitutionalists in this nation. Actually, to back that, one more thing. To back that, I believe that there was in the polls and threads section, support for AConArtist is at an all-time low. Here, let me even, actually, I won't show it to you, but look in the polls and threads section of Discord. You can see Trey Namikos, one of our greatest mods. He's posting polls left and right. He said, "Would you support AConArtist for re-election if he ran today?" A resounding 6 people said yes. 21 said no, and this was a poll taken late last night, so people are still trying to vote on it. There was another one, and this one shows, better actually. This is actually very good for AConArtist. He had 16, and this question was, do you approve of President AConArtist following the events of the last few days? Now listen, the last few days could mean a lot of good things for AConArtist and a lot of bad things. You could say that the last few days sure saw the 10,000 Robux, I guess, in the treasury type thing, or it could be the joining of a new UN. But it could also mean the retirement of so many people, and I feel like that these two events, there's good events and there's bad events. So right now it's split 50-50 with 16 votes favor of AConArtist, 16 votes against AConArtist. So let me tell you my opinions, and I think that you should take what you've learned here and you should apply it to what your opinion should be. So AConArtist is not a great president, but I think that I'm going to be nice to him. I want him to be a great president. I have hopes but I hope that he can just sort it out. We're all rooting for him. No one's against him. That's the one thing I hate when people say is that, you're just slandering AConArtist because you're just butthurt that Armand didn't win. To tell you the truth, I don't know if Armand would have been any better. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy with what's going on in our group, and I don't want to be completely unfair to AConArtist. I just want him to do better. The entire American people are rooting for AConArtist because right now we need to get out of this shithole that we are in this group. So I thank you all so much for watching this episode of Lundus Instructs Us. I'll see you when I see you again. Bye.